Hey guys, it's Habs Vault. I'm doing my 2015 playoff predictions. Last year it was really successful. We got like 6,000 views, so I thought I'd do another one this year. So yeah, let's start it off. We'll start in the West. We got St. Louis and Minnesota. I think that's gonna be a great series. It's definitely gonna be one I watch. Both really good teams as of late too. Minnesota with the addition of Dubnik has been on fire. So, in that, I think Dubnik's going to win that series for Minnesota. I don't really see. If St. Louis had a better goaltender, I think that they would be more of a threat. But they're a good team with the goalies that they have. But I still think Minnesota's got that. Nashville, Chicago. I'm going to have to go with Nashville on this, just because Chicago's missing Patrick Kane. If you Chicago's got the experience over Nashville, but if you compare the two goalies, Rene and Crawford, I gotta give it to Rene. Not that goalies are gonna win you every series, but they will a lot of the time. I think Nashville has just had a really good year this year. They got a lot of confidence. So yeah, I got Nashville moving on there. Anaheim and Winnipeg. Nice to see more Canadian teams in the Stanley Cup playoffs. But I'm gonna have to go with Anaheim here. They won the season series 3-0. I think they're a lot better team than Winnipeg, but it's good that Winnipeg has made it as far as they have. If Winnipeg has any chance, they gotta win at home every game. The MTS Center will be going nuts when they play their first playoff game. But yeah, Anaheim I think has that series. Vancouver and Calgary. This is a toss up. I think it's gonna go 7. I think Calgary's gonna take it. I think they're just hungrier. I think they want to win for the rookies, Goudreau, and I know Monahan's not a rookie, but he's had a great year. He's had a breakout year. And I think they want to win for Giordano, who's really been their leader all year, and unfortunately is out for the rest of it. So now with the East. Montreal Canadiens versus the Ottawa Senators. This is the one matchup I didn't want in the first rounds because Ottawa's been hot. But if you think about it, Ottawa's been playing playoff hockey for the last 2 months just to make playoffs. So they could be tired out. That's what I'm going with. I think they're going to be tired out, and I don't think they're going to have enough steam to go in a deep, long series versus Montreal. And I think Carey Price really wants to redeem himself for last year getting injured, and I think he's going to be there this year. Yeah, so Montreal's got that one. Tampa Bay versus Detroit. I'm going to have to go, I think that's going to go 6 games, but I got to give it to Tampa Bay. They got too good of a team. All their rookies, Kucherov, not a rookie again, but all their young guys, Kucherov and Nestorov and Drouin, and they got a lot of good guys. Palat and Tyler Johnson too. I forgot about him. But yeah, they got a lot of depth on that team. The acquisitions at the trade deadline made them even deeper. But yeah, so I got Tampa there. New York versus Pittsburgh. I think New York's going to handle Pittsburgh. I don't think Pittsburgh's the same team they used to be, as you could tell by their standings. I think Pittsburgh definitely needs to shake things up. Maybe move Malkin out and get some wingers for Crosby, because those two down the middle, you don't really have any room for anybody else on your team. Like, as you could see, they had to get rid of Neal and other people like that just to stay in the cap. And the last series I have here is Washington versus New York Islanders. I think Washington's got this. I think Washington's ready to have a good year. I think Alex Ovechkin must have shut up everybody. The Islanders, they're a good team, but they started to slump at the end of the season there a little bit. I think next year they're definitely going to be better than they were this year. But yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Caps. Sorry guys, I'm sick. The second round, I'm gonna go with it's gonna be Minnesota versus the Predators. and Anaheim versus Calgary, Montreal versus Tampa, and New York Rangers versus Washington Capitals. I'm gonna have to go with Nashville beating Minnesota. I don't watch a lot of the Western Conference, so if my predictions are off in the West like they were last year, sorry, no. But last year I predicted the East all the way up to the all the way up to the Stanley Cup Finals. Except I had New York Rangers losing to Montreal. But what are you gonna do? I think my East predictions are pretty safe this year. I got Anaheim beating Calgary. I don't think Anaheim's gonna be tested too much these playoffs. Before they had to play LA and they had to play teams like San Jose when they were in their prime, but both of those teams ended up missing playoffs by some crazy odds. So I got Nashville versus Anaheim there. Montreal versus Tampa. I think Tampa's going to take that. As much as it pains me to say, I definitely think Tampa has Montreal's number this year. They definitely want revenge from the sweep last year. I mean, the sweep was on their backup goalie, Lindback, so you can't really... Like, if Bishop had been there, I doubt we would have swept, but I think we would have won that series. But this year, they just destroyed Montreal. Hopefully I'm wrong with this prediction. I'd like to see Montreal make it. I want to see a Canadian team in the Final Four at least. Hopefully in the Stanley Cup Finals, that'd be sweet. But yeah, I got Tampa beating Montreal, and then I got Washington beating the Rangers. I don't know. I think Ovechkin's just going to be able to score the whole playoffs. I think he's going to really take the team on his back and bring them to the conference final. In the West, I got Anaheim beating Nashville. I think that's going to be an easy series for Anaheim. Well, not easy, obviously, because it's the Final Four, but I think that is going to be less of a challenge than Chicago would have been, or a team like that. Yeah, so I got Anaheim there, and I got Tampa Bay beating the Caps, or Stamkos beating Ovechkin. I really think Stamkos needs a Stanley Cup. He's good enough, obviously, to win a Stanley Cup. That'll be a good series, lots of goals between the two of them. And the Stanley Cup Finals, I got Tampa Bay winning the Stanley Cup. Yeah, just honestly, I think it's Tampa's year. They got a really, really, really good team. They got Callahan, Filppula, like their third line even was good. Like, I don't know. I really think they got a good team, and they got the potential to win the Stanley Cup this year. So thanks, guys, for watching. If you have your predictions or anything you want to change about my predictions, just let me know in the comments below. If not, subscribe, and thanks.